as we welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the Oakland Raiders. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
The stadium itself might be a bit newer, but it's a rivalry that still burns hot. And here we go, the Battle of the Bay from Santa Clara. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. The former Iowa Hawkeye, C.J. Beathard, will be the man calling the shots in his second season now in the league.
And the 49ers brass was real high on C.J. Beathard. They actually moved up in the draft to get him in 2017 and take him in the third round. Had to play as a rookie. The record, not impressive at 1-4. But what I liked most about him, his poise. Despite the pressure, despite the hits he took, stayed in there and continued to try and make good throws.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. Breida, CD, an undrafted free agent from a season ago, and with McKinnon out, he's really helped fill the running void for the 49ers.
Yeah, remember, they got Jerick McKinnon as a free agent and expect him to be a 3-down back for them. As you mentioned, out for the season with an ACL injury. Almost fitting that Matt Breida stepped into the breach for him. They were college teammates at Georgia Southern. Breida leading the league in rushing, tied for the lead, I should say, through the first 3 weeks of the season. And don't forget in reserve, Kyle Juszczyk, their fullback, who can take some plays at running back as well.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down.
Hurry up, here we go.
Here's Beathard to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards on the pickup there, and also a first down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
To throw is Beathard. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Back to throw Beathard. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed.
Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll try to run with Breida, and he takes zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Offside, defense.
And yes, they want the point, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. That time a 9-play drive, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The return man here, Dwayne Harris. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
I spent plenty of time this offseason listening to people debate about whether Derek Carr is actually a top 10 quarterback in the NFL or whether he's more a middle-of-the-pack guy. If he's a top 10 quarterback in the league, then you're thinking playoffs for your team.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. First carry for Doug Martin, the 2-time Pro Bowler in Tampa. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 6-18. On second down, here's Carr. And it's incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point: get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Time to get a look at the 49ers again here on offense. And this is a team that they've seen things go south for this crew from Northern California. And a lot of people thought...
I saw what you did there.
Oh, you like that?
South for the team from Northern California.
Yeah, directionalness. Yeah, it's kind of a play on words.
Okay.
But many thought that they were going to take a leap this year. And we know the injury they had at quarterback, but now they're 1-6.
Yeah, and remember when Jimmy Garoppolo got traded for last year, he won his 5 starts. So you mentioned that optimism. They've won 2 of their last 30 games when Jimmy Garoppolo has not started at quarterback for them. 13 straight losses now in the month of October.
Maybe the good news, the schedule does lighten up a bit going forward. They'll be at Arizona, home for the Raiders then, in what could be the final battle of the Bay, and then home for the Giants before their bye week, week 11.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is Harris. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. To throw is Carr. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. To throw is Beathard. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Backyard line.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Now Beathard. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down.
It was no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no, they went to him on first down, second down, third down, all three incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense. They feel like they're really hurting you in a big way.
So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Carr to throw on second down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing his Carr on third down. And he fires one, but incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, first and 10. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it first and 10.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They begin the drive with Morris. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13.
Here we go now. Blue landed. Blue landed.
Now it's Breida. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
This is Breida. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the second time. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take it. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
All right, good set, bro. 7:34.
Throwing on first down is Carr. He completes it to Jordy Nelson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
808. Yo, Chief. 808.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And it's caught. Roberts has it for a Raider touchdown. Seth Roberts, 32 yards. And the Raiders are back within a score.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
And it feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football. And that's exactly what happened there.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Carlson now to kick this one away. Here's James. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them. And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here's Beathard to throw, and that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
7:34.
Throwing now is Carr. Caught by Nelson. Shows off the quick feet as he takes this one up to the 20. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They give to Martin. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Carr now on 1st down. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
6:37.
From the gun, it's Carr. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that. Yeah, there was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll start it on the ground with Morris. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They run again with Morris. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
All right, here we go. Blue, 90.
On 3rd down, it's Morris. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? Harris now to return. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And that will come the offense as they take over. And now Oakland ready to take the field.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down. Back to throw. Flush to his right. And he rifles one incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Connects it to Roberts, right side. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding. Offense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Everyone's got 4 down. 6-18. 808.
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 18 yards to pick up there. Very much in range for a tying field goal as they hurry to the line. To throw his car. Escaping the pressure right. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Carlson on for the PAT. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and a 9-yard run on the end of it. Carlson now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night from Silicon Valley.